Welcome to Swaggerslifestyle.
Do you know that Belarus was formerly known as White Russia? Belarus bids farewell to winter and welcomes spring with a 7-day Marcelentia festival where traditional games are played, pancakes are eaten, and soldiers demonstrate their strength by smashing flaming bricks with their fists and heads. Welcome to another illuminating episode of A Nigerian Living in series. Today, we are taking a trip to Eastern Europe, to the Republic of Belarus. I will be speaking with a brilliant and beautiful YouTuber, Zelda. She's a medical student living in Belarus. She creates content about beauty and lifestyle. I will let her introduce herself. Can we meet you?
Hello, my name is Zelda and I am a YouTuber and there's also a medical student.
Thank you so much for honoring our invite and also for, coming on the show today. And, I'm actually pumped because I want to learn about Belarus and definitely see Belarus through your eyes. So, and I know that, any other person that comes through this video, once they hear Belarus, they're always like, Belarus, is that even a country? Or where is that, Because I had that when I saw it, I was like, Belarus, really? Then I went and I did like a little bit of research. So I know that we're going to have a very interesting and illuminating conversation. So how did you relocate to Belarus? How many years have you been in Belarus and why Belarus?
Well, I relocated to Belarus in 2022. This was like after, because I was in the university in Nigeria like prior, and some complications happened, and my mom was like, okay, like I think we should find somewhere else. So my friend from secondary school was actually schooling in Belarus. So I reached out to her and I'm like, oh, how is the place? How is it like? Is it okay? How is the educational system? Then she was like, okay, yeah, it's okay. It's a nice place. Then I spoke to the university. I got linked with an agent. And yeah, the process began. It didn't take so much time, to be fair. Then not too long after, I received my invitation and I came to Belarus. So that's basically what it was, to be fair.
Wow. So how were you able to settle down?
Well, initially, with luck, as luck would have it, like I came with my friend, so it's a bit easier to kind of like understand the place with someone. I moved straight into an apartment, and I didn't move into a hostel first, which most people do because it kind of helps you like meet people. Do you understand? But like I moved into an apartment right away, so luckily it was a bit difficult because they don't speak English in Belarus. So like signs and everything and like the things in the country are like Russian. So it was a bit difficult for me to negotiate and navigate myself. But like eventually with time, especially because like when you come and you're like schooling, you kind of learn like Russian in your first year, so it kind of helps you like, and you use translate, so you're able to find your way around. It takes some time, but eventually like
thanks for sharing. So what's the process of getting what's it called, admission in the university? Like what's their requirements? Is it expensive? You could just give us like an insight to that.
Okay, it depends on like the university you want to go to here. The ones with English programs are the ones that people usually go, like the ones that they actually teach you in English. So it depends. For how I did it, you have to go through an agent, right? Because you kind of need an invitation from the university or you're coming to. So the process, you get an agent. You get an invitation letter that basically tells your country, I'm coming here. What I'm coming here to do is to study. They send the invitation letter to you physically. Then you go to the embassy. Then you get your visa. Then when you come here to get admission into university, how I did it, I did an exam because I'm a medical university. Okay. I had to do an exam, right? But with some other people, if you take the Russian course first before you enter the main medical, like you can do this 1 year of only learning Russian language. So if you do that course, you can just go straight into university after. But if you don't do it, because I didn't do it, you have to take an
Hmm.
exam. So I took the exam, then yeah, once you take the exam, yeah, you're good to go, to be fair.
So the process, did it take like a year, some months? Is it fast?
Like
The process for,
process to come
yes,
here.
yes, gaining admission and then relocating.
Um well, let's say about like a month
Wow.
plus. It didn't take that much time for me. I don't even know if it was up to a month, to be fair. The process was a bit like, it was quick. So it wouldn't take that much time, no.
Wow, wow. So that's an
Mm-mm.
option for a lot of students that will definitely want to relocate. Yes.
Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah, because process, it doesn't take that much time.
Yeah. So tell us more about Belarus, their history, the people, the culture. Let's see Belarus through your eyes.
Okay, the Belarus is okay. It's a nice place. The people are okay, you know. You get your fair share of racism like obviously any
Really?
other country with like as a black person, but like it's like it just depends on where you are and people you associate with. But if you're going on the road, you're doing your own thing, nobody really disturbs you. It's a really safe place. Like it's really, really safe. Um like I've not had any like problems or maybe with like stealing and stuff. No, like it's really safe. And yeah, the only other thing I felt like gave me like kind of a hassle was the weather, because when you come here, like there are seasons, and like when back in Nigeria we didn't really have like seasons that they have
Mm-hmm.
here. So sometimes it's really cold and other times it's really hot. So navigating that, knowing how to like check the weather, like okay, I have to check, because like it's kind of, you have to check the weather every day before you like go out,
Yeah.
right? So you know what to wear, you kind of prepare yourself for the weather. So I feel like that's one of the things that gave me like an
Mm.
issue. Then the language barrier as well was kind of like also um yeah, a problem kind of. But like as of now, like I can't even speak the Russian entirely, but I can like
You know
I know
your way
enough Russian to
around.
like get me across like the streets, yeah, know my way around, like interact with people as much as I need to. So it doesn't pose that much of a problem. But like yeah, it's a nice place. It's like it's okay. Your most of the things you need. The only issues might be the sanctions, because like maybe ordering things from like other places, you might not have access to them because of like the country sanction and all. But aside from that, like it's okay. It's a nice place. The school is fine. So
Hmm.
yeah,
So
that's
what's
pretty
what's
much it.
their currency? What's their currency? What's their economy like?
Oh, their currency is the Belarusian ruble.
Mm.
The exchange rate to dollar is usually like ranges from like 3 rubles to $1. That's like usually the range, maybe three point something, 3.4, 3.5, but usually like 3 ruble to $1. So I think that speaks well of the economy, to
Mm.
be fair,
Yeah.
because 3 ruble is not a lot. So yeah.
Hmm. Okay. How has the history of Belarus shaped their current identity?
Well, they take their history very seriously. They have like holidays that they don't play with, and days off. And when is like their holidays, like maybe some of like historical days that's like important to them. Everybody has a day off.
Mm.
Like you don't go to school, so I don't know if about work, but like you don't go to school on days like that. So like they take their history really seriously, and they take a lot of pride in their history as
Mm.
well. So they are really like passionate people. I would like to see. So that's yeah, that's basically
Mm.
it.
Thanks for sharing. Now, how has the
Okay.
Russian and Ukraine rift affected Belarus?
Yeah, well, with the sanctions, so the country is sanctioned
Mm.
like per se, so we don't really have access to a lot of maybe like imported things. Like so maybe some websites you would like to order from, you can't really order from them because
The
of the
sanctions.
sanctions placed on
Mm.
Belarus. So then also like maybe the cinema, like we no longer have movies in English because of that. So just like things here and there that like will like interfere with the importation of like things and from other countries. But yeah, that's basically it. That's how the
Yeah.
war has
So
affected the
hopefully,
country. Aside
hopefully
from
it will
that,
be
like we don't
lifted
have
soon.
yeah, yeah, hopefully the war ends soon. But apart if like in terms of the war affecting the security of the place, I don't think so, because like so far like nothing has really, you know, been going on here in terms of like security and maybe the war interfering.
Yeah, you guys are not affected in any way. You're safe.
No, yeah.
That's nice. So, what's the cost of living like in Belarus compared to Nigeria?
With the like, I think one of the main issues in like in terms of that is because of like the Nigerian currency is like the exchange rate from naira to dollar is a bit much, but in terms of like standard of living, like if we say the exchange rate from naira to dollar wasn't that much, I think we have similar standards of living. If maybe Nigeria might even be more in terms of like here maybe if you want to have like an apartment, let's say you want apartment, food, blah blah blah, this shouldn't cost you about like more than, let's say if you're, you know, all things being equal, maybe about $600 a month, and which like is maybe you get an apartment of like $300, then $300 a month should be able to like you can live comfortably, like get food, get stuff. Depending on the city you're living in Belarus. But for me as a student, I think like about 300, 400 rubles in my city to be like, because some cities are more expensive than others. So the city I live in, I would say like $300, I mean to say, is like enough. $300, $400 is enough for you to kind of like just get your way around, to live okay, like, oh, I don't have any issues. Obviously, the more money is better, obviously, but like with $400 you should be fine. Like aside from housing, maybe. Yeah.
So is the food cheap compared to Nigeria?
Well, it depends on the food. Like with like things like potatoes, onions, like carrots, like they're really cheap here. Like if in comparison to Nigeria, like you can get like let's say a lot of onions, like almost like a bag of onions for like a kilogram of onions for like $1 here.
That's
Did you
cheap.
get? And yeah, so some things like potatoes as well, those are some things that are really cheap here. And like with when it comes to protein, the cheapest protein is like chicken and like pig. But like I can't compare it to Nigeria in the sense that like the things that are cheap here, like in terms of protein, like let's say like chicken and pig here are really cheap, but beef is pretty expensive. Like beef here is like expensive. Things like that, like some things are cheaper here, some things are more expensive here. So it's kind of like 50-50, right? But you can obviously like agree with yourself the kind of things that you're going to take. You don't have to take the expensive ones. So if like you're not looking for anything expensive, maybe you don't really like beef, or like you're not really interested in taking beef and you like potatoes. If you're eating like a cheaper, like if your diet is a cheaper diet, then like
It's
the cost,
okay
like
for
the
you,
cost
yeah.
of things are
I get what you
a lot
mean.
cheaper.
I get what you mean. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
So, what is Belarus famous and best known for?
Well, that's a good question. Well, they produce things. They produce like farm equipment like tractors. They also produce cars. So they have like those things like which they export like with the rest of the world. I think they export like tractors and like all those big machines that they use on the farm and stuff. So yeah, that's something I know that okay, like, you know, they export.
Okay. So, what is the work and study environment like for foreigners?
I'm not too sure about the work environment, but for the study environment, it's okay. The university is conducive. You go to school, you do what you have to do, then like you finish. They're a bit strict with like missing classes, and you like missing classes like for no reason. They're really strict with that, and like failing exams and all. So that's basically it. And it requires a lot of self study. Like you really have to apply yourself when you're coming here. Like you can't just like not do the work. Unfortunately, you have to actually like, oh, if you want to get good grades and all, you have to like study
So, as
before
a
you come to
student, you can't work.
classes, and like yeah, you can. You can as a student. I know some students, I know some of like my friends that work as well. But I don't know like what kind of jobs. Usually like us as students, we don't really have that much time. So it's usually like things like maybe fast foods or like working at restaurants that I know that people do. Yeah, like maybe work at a restaurant or fast food. I don't know about like serious
Jobs,
jobs.
yeah.
I don't really know about that. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
because
if
as a
you
medical student,
can,
you
but I
need
just
to
know you
apply
can do.
yourself to your
Yeah.
studies. Like you need to focus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's no
There's no
time as
time.
well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks for sharing. So, what is the official language in Belarus?
Russian and
Okay.
Belarusian.
Can you speak the language?
Yeah. Well, not really. Like just a little,
Okay. So, probably maybe
just
with the
very
little that you
little.
can speak, I would like you to say something in either Belarusian or in Russian. So, I would like you to say, "Hello, my name is Zelda. Welcome to Swagger's Lifestyle. Kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe in Russian."
I can't say all these ones. So. I can say hello. My name
Okay.
is Здравствуйте, меня зовут Zelda. Yes, that's hello. My name is Zelda.
Okay. Welcome to Swagger's Lifestyle. You can
Mhm.
try.
I don't know what welcome means. I think Dobry Pajalovets. Um, I think that's welcome. Then I don't know. I don't know the rest. No, no.
Okay, you tried. You tried.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Okay.
So, are there any unique opportunities in Belarus that you wouldn't have had here in Nigeria?
In terms of like opportunities, maybe it might be easier for you to like maybe like if you're trying to apply to other countries, maybe you're trying to get visas to other places, it might be easier for you, relatively easier for you if you are like here in Belarus. Also maybe like learning a new language. I think that there's some things that you can just like I wouldn't have been able to do maybe if I was in my
Yeah.
country in Nigeria. I feel like okay, like if I want to travel to maybe another European country, it might be easier for me, it might be cheaper
Mm.
for me. So also maybe education because like the school I go to is like really recognized. So that also plays a part. You get what you're trying to say? So that also plays a part. And just just I don't know, just living somewhere different, interacting with other people, like people of a different race, people of different like background, and learning from them and seeing how they do their own
Yeah.
things and realizing that we're not that different at the end of the day, like we're really not that different. And also, yeah, that's I think that's it. I think I don't really know. I can't really off the top of my head, I can't really think of
Mm.
anything that is maybe so significant. But yeah,
Mm. Okay. So, what were the cultural shocks you experienced when you got to Belarus?
well, they don't tell you sorry.
Really?
Like if you fall, like they don't. Like everybody minds their business. Like they don't really care. Everybody's doing their own thing.
Wait, do they
Like
do it to
and
foreigners or they do it even amongst themselves?
no, just
Wow.
generally like yeah, like if you fall, like they say that like you didn't cause them to fall, so why are you telling them sorry? Like because usually I feel like in Nigeria, like something
Yeah,
happens to
you
someone,
just
you're like
said.
oh sorry, but like yeah, with them it's like you didn't do anything to me, so why are you apologizing?
Wow.
Like yeah, and there's no like kind of pressure on like greeting elders or anything. Like everybody just does their own thing. It's not like, oh, everybody really sees you as okay, an older person or a younger person.
Hmm.
But then again, it's a bit like in their language as well, you have different terms when like referring to people that are older
Yeah.
than you and maybe referring to people that are younger than you. Like you can't use some certain verbs in a certain way for people that are not your
Hmm.
mates per se. Like you have to change it to say it in a certain way so that okay, I know that this person is an adult, I know this person is like my friend or my mate, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
Um yeah, what other cultural shocks? They take their holidays really seriously. Like, I know like a lot of places do, but here like they're really passionate about what they do. Like they're really passionate about their holidays, their holidays, their like like vacations, like even like yesterday was Women's Day. Like if you're going around the streets, you're seeing everyone like flowers
Wow.
everywhere, people with stands selling flowers like all over the city. Like you can see flowers everywhere. So they really like they're really like
Mm.
they really see their holidays and it's important, which is a nice thing, I think. Yeah, and mhm,
Hmm.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing. So as a Nigerian and a woman, what is it like living what is it like living in Belarus? What do you love and dislike? And how do they treat foreigners?
Oh, it's okay, in the sense of like being a woman hasn't really limited me from doing anything
Okay.
here. Being me like a woman, no, I don't think it has really limited me from doing anything here. I don't think they do the whole you're a lady thing. But being a black person, I can't really recall when it has actively like limited me. But obviously, some snacky comments, some people saying like, some kids saying some words and stuff like
Mm.
that, and which obviously you learn to overlook eventually because it's like you know you really can't like, and some people try to take advantage of you because they know that,
You're
oh,
a
you're a
foreigner.
foreigner, and like they try to like get like money out of you. Let's say like you get an apartment or something, maybe you rent like 1 year apartment because you can do that here, so like
Mm-hmm.
Airbnbs and stuff. So sometimes they might try to extort you or say that you did this or you did that when you actually didn't do it.
Hmm.
So it's just a thing of like them trying to take advantage of the fact that you're a foreigner. Do you get? So I feel like that's also something that will also happen anywhere because of like the population of black people here are not that many. So they are a bit new to it, so they kind of take advantage of it a lot. And sometimes, just racial discrimination. Not even maybe I don't even think it's a thing of race. I don't think it's a thing of like you not just being from this country, like you being international generally. You might face some like you face some of that definitely, but
Mm.
what can you do? You know your
It's
father's land now,
it's part of the
so
experience. So okay, so you've talked about things you don't
yeah, it
like. Can you talk
is.
about the things that you like about living in Belarus?
Well, I like that it's safe. I like that like I can comfortably like go somewhere in the evening and I don't have to be worried.
Mm.
I like that in most cases, like if I forget something, it always gets back to me. Like if I lose
Oh,
something,
really?
I always eventually get
Wow.
it back. Yeah, like let's say I lose a purse or something, or I lose my phone. Because I remember one time, maybe my friend lost her phone in the metro or something, and it got back to her. Like took it to the police station, they called her, she got
Wow.
it back. So I think that's also like a really big benefit, which is I know that I wouldn't get in my own country. To
You
be
won't.
fair, so sometimes you might, yeah, if you lose money, like if you lose a purse and there's money inside, like you might get the purse without the
Wow.
money. But it's not like that here at all. Yeah, I also like the fact that like, they have transportation, like you can use a bus to literally get anywhere, like
Mm.
here, and like the metro as well. It's really convenient. Like, okay, like if I want to go somewhere, I just have to wait for the bus to take me to where I need to be. And yeah, like also like with places and experiences, going to like some certain places like that are a bit new to me that maybe I haven't seen before where I stay. So it's nice to see new things, nice to see really nice buildings. It's nice to go to like they have a lot of like nice try new things per se like lots of new food because they also sell like food from other countries here, so you get to try it.
Okay.
And yeah, and sense of community as well, because like obviously the field that we are, we try to make it like a community, so it's nice like having a whole sense of community and being like a part of something.
Hmm.
So that's also one of the things I like about living here.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. That's I think
Hmm.
the pros outweighs the cons.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it does.
So what is their traditional staple food?
I don't
You
really
don't
know,
know.
to be fair, but they
And
eat.
you've been there
I
for like
don't
how many
know.
years? Wow.
I actually don't know because I don't eat their food. I don't eat food like their food at all. I cook like everything I eat, or maybe, but like they have like, I don't know their staple food. Okay, this is the food that comes from here, but I know that they eat a lot of potatoes, like a whole lot of potatoes, whole lot of pork,
Pork.
pig, pig. You have lots of pig, lots of potatoes, chickens. I think I know that they really incorporate in lots of their meals from what I've seen. So they also like sweets and sweet things like candy and like chocolates, and they produce a lot of it. Like they produce a lot of candy. I think I know that like people here eat a lot. Like, but I don't really know the staple food, to be fair. But like I just know that these are the things that like are eaten here and often.
So, what are some of the success stories in Belarus that can be replicated in Nigeria?
Well, success stories. Well, some people finish here and they settle down here. Because I know, from what I know, I think after like 5 years you can get a resident permit. So people settle down here. They have the electricity. Like we have like 24/7. Like I don't know any time that we've ever had electricity ever in my 3 years of being here. Like water as well. Like water is always like we always have water. Um, the place is really clean. It's a really clean environment. Like you barely ever see like dirt on the floor, even when it's snowing and everywhere is messy. But like it's a really clean place. It's safe. Like if you, like I said already, like if you misplace something, it almost always gets back to you. And yeah, like transportation, logistics, being able to go from one place to another, and it not being so expensive. Like healthcare as well. Like for them, like healthcare is like significantly cheaper. Like yeah, significantly cheaper than they obviously enjoy benefits of the country and stuff. Then in terms of like access to supermarkets, and they are like there's supermarkets on almost every street you turn. There's a place you can get something to like buy. So like there are a lot of places that you can buy what you need. And yeah, so I just feel like those things as well. And I know maybe healthcare have a lot of hospitals here, so many hospitals. And if you're a citizen of the country, you really enjoy like affordable healthcare. And school as well, education. Like I know the university I go to, I know the citizens of this country, they do not pay a lot at all.
Wow.
At
Free.
all. Not free entirely. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't think it's free, but I just know that
Subsidized.
yeah, it's a lot cheaper. Even like the hostels, they pay like a lot less, like more than 50% less of what we pay. So it's like citizens of this country really enjoy a lot of the benefits that come with being a citizen of this country, which is something I feel like our country, Nigeria, should obviously emulate. Like there should be some benefits that come like with me being from here. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. So there are two sides to a coin. So what can the Belarusians, that's what they are called,
Belarusians,
Belarusians, right?
yes.
Yeah. So what can the Belarusians learn from Nigerians?
I think they can learn like a couple of things. I think they can learn like I feel like we're a bit more like street smarts as Nigerians. We know how to like really like get our way around. You understand? Like we cannot be deceived per se. We're not naive. So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like we are street smarts. I don't know how they do with their own money, but I feel like as Nigerians we are really good with money, and we are like smart, and we know how to guess how like figure our way around. Like especially like when you come to a new country, like especially coming here and you don't really can't speak the language and that, but we're always able to find our way around. So I feel like any country, to be honest, can learn from Nigerians, because it's a good trait to have.
What are the tourist attractions in Belarus?
You can go to the Plosha Papedi, you can see their like statues from like from like years ago. You can go to the beach, the Minsk Moors, where I'm living is Minsk. You can go and see the beach. You can go to like the museums. They tell you about the wars and like everything that happened in their history, like a whole rundown. You can see it. Then there's like the library. there's this big library which is like very big and very beautiful. You can check that out as well. There are a lot of things to see, and yeah, I've not been to all of them to be fair, but like these are some that I know off the top of my head.
But do people actually travel to Belarus for tourism?
I don't think so. I
Probably
don't
they are
think
scared.
so. I don't think people travel to Belarus for
Maybe they are
tourism.
scared.
Maybe, like maybe, because like coming as a tourist, I don't know if that's advisable because at the end of the day, like you can't speak the language. Like, what do you want to do?
Hmm,
Yeah, you might not
I
understand.
get you. There's
Mm-hmm.
that language barrier.
Exactly.
Okay. So what do you miss about Nigeria?
But the food,
Huh?
being the food definitely, being around like just being around Nigerians, not like if a Nigerian is being mean to me, I know it's not because of my skin color. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
obviously that as well. Obviously my family's in Nigeria, and the atmosphere. Nigeria is a nice. I know Nigeria is a nice place to be fair. Like it's nice. Obviously it has its shortcomings, but it's just home. You understand? So it's like um even though I'm here, there are obviously things I miss about being at home, and yeah, I think that's basically it.
Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you so much for honoring our invites and for coming, to share your experience, with us. We've learned a lot. And so, in conclusion, what is your advice to anyone that wants to relocate to Belarus?
If you're coming for school, you're coming to study, I would advise you to come. But if it's like work and stuff, I can't really advise in that sector because I don't really know. But if you're coming for school, if you want to come and study, Belarus is a nice place. Like just come, do your thing, and yeah, I would advise you to come if you're coming to study. And if you're coming to work, I don't really know because because I don't know about that. So yeah.
Thank you so much. This is actually a very, very honest interview. Like the things that you do not know, you just tell me I don't know. You don't try to, say, okay, let me try to see if I can, find my way
So,
around it. I don't know. So every information that you've given here is definitely authentic. So thank you so much, Zelda. It's been a wonderful
yes.
conversation. So the reason why we're doing this is because we have a lot of negative narrative about Nigerians living outside of Nigeria. So that is why we're, talking to different people, different Nigerians living in different, parts of the world to share their experience with us and to also show us that they are law abiding, they are in the countries that they are legally, and they are doing us proud. So please, please, and please, we are appealing to all Nigerians living outside of Nigeria. Ensure that you are flying our banner so high and you are flying our flag with that pride that it should come with, and ensure that you're being a good ambassador of Nigeria in the country that you're living with. And if you want to share your experience with us, you could reach us at swaggerslifestyle@gmail.com. We would love to have a conversation with you and a chat with you. So this is Swagger's Lifestyle and this is Gbogbo Swagger. Know that Minsk, capital of Belarus, has only a few buildings remaining from the pre-war years, and instead has many modern buildings such as the diamond-shaped futuristic National Library of Belarus building, as well as books, and the library contains over 20,000 vinyl records, art galleries, and early editions of a Bible printed in the 16th century. So if you're thinking of going to Belarus, this is the place that you should be. Till I come your way next time, this is Gbogbo Swagger and this is Swagger's Lifestyle. Make sure you stay true to yourself and do us proud wherever you find yourself. Thank you and bye.
Swag, swag, swag.